I'm really happy to introduce the World Federation Neurology YouTube channel audience to Professor Maria Benabdeljilil, Professor of Neurology from Morocco. I have very pleasant memories about your beautiful country. We were there for the World Congress Neurology not so long ago when we didn't have a COVID-19 pandemic. And the hospitality of Morocco and beauty of Morocco and food and culture is fantastic. Maria, very good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Tissa. Thank you for your kind words for Morocco and for the WCN. It was in 2011 already. And thank you for asking me for this interview.
Maria, you are part of the Advocacy and Public Awareness Committee. So we have been working together on this World Brain Day. I would still ask, how excited are you to see WFN and MDS joining forces together to advocate for Parkinson's disease, which itself is like a pandemic, as the number of Parkinson's disease patients are doubling, as we know from global burden disease data that is published. How excited are you from Morocco about the upcoming World Brain Day and activities, and what is in store for Moroccans for World Brain Day and what you all are doing? I know that you all have a very active the Neurology Society.
Yeah, thank you, Tissa. So yeah, we are of course very excited by the World Brain Day in general, but particularly this year by the topic of Parkinson's disease because of its frequency and because of the increasing number, as you said. And of course, we are fully engaged in this World Brain Day in Morocco with the Moroccan Society of Neurology, and also the equivalent of the Moroccan Society for Movement Disorder. And we are working on it too from our side to produce some documents from the WFN website, some flyers and posters, and we are now working on a video with the colleagues, members of the boards of these societies, to produce a video that will be sent on the social media with the also classical medias, or the radio, TV channels, and so on, because it's such an important topic and such an important disease, and many people suffer from this disease in Morocco also, with perhaps some particularities because of many young people suffering for Parkinson's disease, with the particularity of the, the LRRK2 gene mutation with an autosomal dominant form. So it's a very exciting event for us, and very exciting to speak about it in the general, in front of the general population in Morocco, and the other also specialities, a part of neurological doctors.
Maria, as you know, a couple of us are working very hard to make sure that this World Brain Day is a success. What I'm incredibly proud of you and your team is how cleverly and passionately you all are using the material that World Federation Neurology and MDA has produced to get the message across to Morocco. This is exactly what we wanted to see from rest of the other countries in the world. You and me both know neurological disorders are the leading cause of disability. We talked about this until cows come home. We wrote truckload of papers on this. Everybody knows that neurological disorders are a big thing. They cause disability. But every hospital still struggle to get funding to recruit neurologists and train enough future neurologists and build services for our patients. Our patients, they don't want statistics. They want hope. They want help.
Exactly.
Whether there is a pandemic or not, when your brain goes, you go. Because your brain is the central processing unit of the body. And the idea of World Brain Day, which I was involved from the very beginning with my colleagues at that time, was brought to this world to tackle this problem. We felt that if we create this material, each individual neurology society in that particular country, we have 122 members. And especially if we partner with a massive organization like International Parkinson's and Movement Disorder Society, then we would go to grassroots level and convey this message to people and communities. And eventually our politicians would hear this. They would realize that they must support brain health and brain related matters. This is not about promoting us as a bunch of clever doctors who are interested in neurology. This is about our patients, and they deserve better. Although we select a particular disease for each year, what I would like to see, or what we like to do as a committee and WFN as a group, is each country and each specialist using the material exactly like you do, convert it to your own language, prepare additional things to suit to your culture and your people, and bring that message home to your community, and eventually make our policymakers and public policy, the writers aware, and get people on board to make sure that brain health is recognized as an important.
Exactly.
So I salute you from my both hands for this great work, and I salute Moroccan neurologists and movement disorder colleagues also.
Thank you very much.
And I sincerely hope that what you all have done in Morocco and what you all are planning to do in Morocco is watched or heard by other countries. I know that these are tough times, but use whatever the thing that you can do virtually and spread the word, because raising awareness is the critical important thing if we were to promote better brain health worldwide. And I'm hearing this message from all over the world. It's the same story in Melbourne, it's the same story in London, it's the same story in New York, it's the same story in very rural sub-Saharan African countries and some of the Asian countries also. So thank you again. And I wish you all the very best and have a wonderful World Brain Day campaign. And here,
thank you very much.
And a nice report for World Neurology later on also.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that the documents that are on the WFN website for the World Brain Day are really very useful. And it was really very easy to translate them in Arabic. And then it's a very good tools. The toolkit, the box is very interesting for all these documents.
And the additional thing that we have added this time is all these video series. You will appear on World Wide Web through WFN YouTube channel, and I've done about 30 interviews so far. They're fascinating stories. There are a whole lot of great men and women out there working very hard to do the same thing, promote best brain health as best as they can in their part of the world. I think our job is to putting everything together and take this head on and create a better world with better brain health, despite the pandemic that we live in.
Yeah, because, Tissa, excuse me, yes, we are faced, of course, and as you said, as many colleagues all over the world, we are faced, we'll notice that there are inequities in access, of course, for our patients. Things are moving and better, but there are still many inequities, and we note that in our everyday work. And so we are advocating to try to promote neurology and to promote also a field of interest inside neurology for more specialization in neurology. And fortunately, the number of neurologists is growing, I think, all over the world, and particularly in our emergent countries like Morocco.
And you all have been quite helpful for some of the other African nations also, with department to department visit programs and helping other countries to train. And this is also a very worthy case to note for the rest of the other parts of the world. As you know, slowly there is this thing called Global Neurological Alliance being developed with the help of World Federation of Neurology and all other global neurological organizations. The idea is collectively build a lot of solidarity around these world bodies to promote the neurological health and brain health. But having said that, personally myself, as well as many others worldwide, we continue to do our very best to support the pandemic also. We have been in the active front. I'm well aware many neurologists even did intensive care additional training to support COVID pandemic when the patient workload was the increasing. In fact, in my own case, I had to give away my own ward and the ward staff that we trained over a number of years to COVID-19 related work and move to a different area to still do the very best as we can to look after our patients and make sure that their agony and their care is not affected from this. Let's change the discussion direction to something else, Maria. I know that the journey of becoming a professor of neurology to anybody is not always a rosy road. I'm sure there is an interesting story behind Maria becoming professor of neurology also in Morocco. For the benefit of our audience from different parts of the world, I would like to explore your life during your school days, high school days, and university days with a particular attention to what motivated you to choose a career in medicine and why neurology. So tell us about your childhood a little bit, and then we'll build the story as we go on.
So I was born in Marseille, in France, but my parents came back to Morocco. I was very young. I was just 2 or 3 months of age when they came back to Morocco, and then so all my school was in Morocco and also for the medical studies. But at the beginning, when I entered to the Faculty of Medicine in Rabat, it was in my mind the thought to specialize in biology. I was interested in mainly biology, and so at the beginning it was my goal. But when I first had my first fellowship in my 3rd year of medical school, I then discovered the clinical and the contact with the patients. Mm-hmm. And then I thought to myself, no, it will not be biology. I love that. I love the contact with people, with patients. I love taking from them and discussing with them and taking the anamnestic and their history and discussing with them. So I let this idea of biology, and I then became, after 5 years, intern of medicine in Rabat still. And then my 3rd internship was in neurology, mm-hmm. with Professor El Alaoui, who became after my boss. And then I really discovered neurology. And it was like in French, we say a coup de foudre. It was a big and enormous love for neurology abruptly, because before I was not particularly interested by neurology. I was perhaps more interested by psychiatry. Mm-hmm. But then I discovered this field, and I was totally interested. Mm-hmm. Then it was the specialty, and then for the career, there were some opportunities with some posts in neurology, and then it was the beginning of the career and in Rabat. And then inside neurology, I was more interested by neuropsychology, dementia, and cognitive disorders. Then I went 1 year in Toulouse in Professor Clanet's team, but mainly with Dr. Michel Puel for mm-hmm. neuropsychology, for an internship of one year fellowship. And then when I came back to Morocco, of course, the main field of interest was neuropsychology and dementia. But as Moroccan neurologists, we are general neurologists first. Of course, we continue to work in general neurology because of our activity of the recruitment of the patients in the hospitals. And then, of course, Parkinson's disease also, with the cognition that is a sort of bridge between movement disorders and cognition with this special disease.
Maria, did you face any challenges as a young woman wanting to specialize in neurology and building an academic career in Rabat? Did you face specific challenges as a result of the gender, or there were no particular issue as such?
No, really no particular issues here in my work with my colleagues, with my teachers, and really I have never felt that there was a difference because of my gender. It was really easy. It depends on the post and the career, of course, and the opportunities, but I never felt that there was a difference. And also, you know, of course, there are my children, my husband, so I had a very great help from my family, for my husband, who was always pushing me forward. And so it was really easy. Not easy, it was a hard work, but no difficulties from that side.
What is your advice to the young people out there anywhere in the world if they were to build a career like you and also maintain happy family life? What is your simple advice to them to find work-life balance and then go for the goal that they wanted to achieve at the same time?
First of thing, I think that particularly for medicine, they should choose their specialty, if possible, the specialty they like and they love, because it's so important. It's of course, it implies that there are many sacrifices for the everyday life, from some familial events or some things, and you really have to be really motivated, and we really have to love our job and to like what we do every day in order to be able to be at the top of our performance. So the first thing is follow your heart, of course, in the context, if possible, follow what you love to do, because in medicine, it's really more than half of your time that you will pass with your patient, perhaps 80% of your time that you will pass at work and with your patients. And so it's really important to do what we like, if possible.
So your advice is be passionate, and then it won't burn you out.
Exactly. Be passionate, and for the young medical doctors, choose neurology. Because it's such a nice, such a beautiful specialty, and there are so many fields, and the things are moving so quickly and so magnificently. I really encourage young medical doctors to choose neurology.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Your pastime, we got only 3 minutes before we start the teleconference. I can see people are waiting to get in, but I'll block them for time being. And how do you pass time when you have some free time other than neurology? Any particular hobby that you would like to share with people?
Yeah, I have a hobby. I sing. I love singing. Right. And I'm a member of a choir here, the Philharmonic Choir of Morocco. So it's very, very important, because we really need sometimes to change our thoughts and couper in French, cut a little bit with these obsessional thoughts sometimes, and also reading.
Right.
And swimming as a sport.
You keep yourself physically active and mentally sane.
We try.
Maria, thank you very much for your support, and thank you very much for the incredible work that you all are doing, and we wish you all the very best. And I'll see you soon at the next teleconference.
See you soon, and great job for the World Brain Day. Bravo, Tissa. Thank you very much.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.